A city known for its incredible skyline, its nightlife and beaches, today centered around this venue, Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. To kick off, here's Ryan Stonehouse. And here we go from Miami. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ford. And he's brought down for a loss. Offense up to the line fast. On 2nd and 12 now. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. No return on that punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Let's go now.
They'll run here on 1st down. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bobbled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Well, one defender failed while his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Go!
Throwing from the gun here. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it. No connection to be made.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. He's on the move. Complete beyond the marker. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Okay, ready?
They have themselves another 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They're throwing it. Has him on the quick hitter. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here we go, set. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
On first down, they'll run. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down.
Come on, set. Ready.
He's dropping back to throw. That's into the hands of Franklin. And this one does not go far.
Tempo.
Working quickly here.
Go.
Third and long for him here. He brings it in. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2.
Ready. Mustang 19. Set up.
Back to throw now. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Back to the well again. And he hits a little space up to the 9-yard line. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Gets this one away from a tough spot, backed up inside the end zone. And he'll make the fair catch. Didn't make it to the 50. This one just short of midfield. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Saints are going to enjoy some great field position on the short side of the field. Pass play on 1st and 10. And first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. As soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Ready. Let go.
Throwing from the gun. Completes this one to Gray. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Pass play now. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Ready?
Working inside the red zone. Setting up the running back screen. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Ready? Go!
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Touchdown, New Orleans! So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Go! And up.
Trying the right side. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. We will... Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin.
Let's go.
They have 2nd and pretty long here. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Here we go. Set.
Pass play coming here. Short pass brought in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 24 on that play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
Cowboy 80. Come on. Set.
Hits him on the out route. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
Ford will not get past the line. He's held up at 4.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, it did it.
When he gets in, touchdown! The Dolphins start to fight back with their 1st points of this game. Lining up now to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins tie this game 7-7. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. It's into the hands of Wright. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Escapes the pocket. Catch is made down the right sideline. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll throw on 1st. On the move, headed right. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Buffalo 18. Let's go now.
Throwing it again here. Forced out to his right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did. And he simply has to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Setting up a throw. That's caught for the 1st. Has room into the secondary. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a 2nd quarter lead. That one right down the middle. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hurt. Stephanie.
Shotgun snap, a gift to Ford. He's out in the clear. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 41. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Let's go.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Got a man. It's Thomas. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Here we go, set.
From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. And in for the Miami touchdown! So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, check that.
Airing it out to start this drive. Getting out to his left. He's on the move. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway. Ugh.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. The Saints could break this tie for a halftime lead. Ball on the 45, first and 10.
Come on, set!
Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Throwing deep down the left side. He's got it inside the 10. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a first and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. First and goal here. They'll try and punch it in. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Saints get some late points and the lead. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up first and 10.
Here we go.
Ford straight ahead. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Set it. Ready.
Second and 3. Throwing the out route complete. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Miami calls a timeout here. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Set. Go trap. Go.
They go play action on first. Has it downfield working left. pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll be first down, Miami. Pass it down close. Touchdown, Miami. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so first and 10 may be our last snap of the half. Looking to throw. Hauled in by Gray.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
One last play before the break.
Let's go now.
They're looking to throw. He puts some power on a deep one left. Into the crowd. That pass is intercepted. And the Dolphins are stopped on that return. So that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Back 60. Let go.
Another try following the sack. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up third down. Looking for a throw here. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. No luck finding his receiver that time. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Is this clean at the 30? And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it'll be Dolphins football. Here's first and 10 from the 34.
Reload.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Set.
Back now, pressure on its way. He's got it over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
They'll throw it. Brought in by Ford. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Go.
He'll throw it. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Saints take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Wow, this has been a great game so far, Brock. A hard-fought first half, but they're really offering an edge to their opponent here by throwing a pick on their opening drive.
And now we'll get to see if they can capitalize that and pull ahead. They've already got the ball once this half. You know that they're loose, and now they get it back just one snap later.
This one misses the tight end. So 2nd down coming up. Back to throw. Escape. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. He's going to throw this one. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Defense just needs to hold them short. It's 4th and 7.
Here we go, here we go.
He's back to throw. He connects downfield on 4. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We got to see what this flag is all about. Extra point attempt coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
On the set.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
18, Pioneer. Set up.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
2nd and 10 now. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down after a short gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
70 range. Trap 60, trap 60. Check go.
3rd and long for him here. He's going to push one deep down the right. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down. Punt team on the field. And they could really use a good one here. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And they're going to take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
He's taken down. The Dolphins rush gets home. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep the quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Here's a throw. It's into the hands of White. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
New set of downs for him at the 38.
Go!
Pass play on 1st and 10. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. That pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. They'll try and throw it here. Buys time, rolling right. Now he'll try one. Deep depth. Big gain downfield. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Okay,
They'll come up 1st and 10.
let's go.
Throwing now off play action. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. 2nd and 3 now.
Here we go, set.
Looking to the air here. They did it! He made the interception! And the Dolphins have some new life in the 4th. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the 2nd half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Throw wheeled in by Thomas. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
No, it's not a running back, but it's a receiver carrying across the marker, Kate. I'm not even calling this a trick play anymore. It's about maximizing your resources and your asset, and this receiver shows you he can be a tool as a running back.
That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down.
19 tight. 19 tight. Set. Ready.
Back to throw. And no look in. That throw falls to the ground.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Ready. Mustang 19. Bronco.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th.
Let's go now.
He'll throw it. Go right side, caught by Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. And they drag him down. Time, he's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs. So upon further review, they get a more favorable spot, and that's enough to give them the first down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That's Thomas. Oh, he lost the football! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. They get 28 out of that play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
60 Maverick! 60 Maverick! Go!
Now looking to throw. Trying for the deep ball. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Give up the middle to Ford. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Let's go. Ready, ready?
Back to throw it. Trying for a touchdown here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
Such a perfect example of a kicker just doing his job. And now, well, now it's incumbent upon that defense to give him and their offense another shot.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Sack. Smash. Smash. Hey, smash, Bronco.
Now give left side. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Come on. Buffalo 18. Let's go.
Dropping back to throw. They did it! He made the interception! And the Dolphins have some new life in the 4th. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and 2 very different tones and tenors on these 2 sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. A 9-yard rip on the ground there, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Go, Reed. Go. Ready.
They give it to him again. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. He gets 6 on that play, and it'll be 1st down, Miami.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, it's going to go right through you.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Go.
1st down, and they go right back to him. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Bronco switch. Sack.
Back-to-back carries here. And he will score. Get the lead in the final minutes. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have won. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Ready.
He'll look to throw it. That was just thrown away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, so this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely.
Let's go now.
So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. Back to throw. That's brought in stop to end that one. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still one more in their pocket to use. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on